Joining me now is Chuck Todd, moderator of Meet the Press. And Chuck, Georgia is obviously one of these key states when it comes to the Senate race. Senator Raphael Warnock and his opponent, Herschel Walker, just had their first and frankly likely only debate. So curious for your take on how the candidates performed and frankly if it even matters this late in the game when it comes to swaying voters.
Well, I think this debate was probably more important for Walker than it was Warnock in that there are concerns about Walker's ability simply to speak on certain issues frankly in a coherent way. I mean, he has not always been fully understandable when he's explained some of his positions. So I think in that sense, he had a lot more ground to make up. I think there are some people on his side that feel like he met whatever minimum bar various folks may have set, but I've always looked at that as it's subjective. It's up to the voters, and I think these debates these days, you know, if anything comes away from this debate, I think it's some of the weird prop things that Mr. Walker used, including that badge, and it's one of those I don't know if it had the impact that Walker thought it had, because what's fascinating to me about what we're seeing in Georgia, which is actually very similar to what we're seeing in Wisconsin and in Pennsylvania, is that both parties have identified two issues that they think puts the other party on the defensive. Democrats believe abortion puts Republicans on the defensive, and Republicans believe crime puts the Democrats on the defensive. And to me, you saw that attempted to play out. I would say of all the races I've seen, it does appear that Senator Warnock feels a lot more comfortable defending his record on crime versus some of the other races I've been following around the country.
Well, and speaking of abortion being such a hot topic, this debate came obviously on the heels of allegations that pro-life Walker paid a woman not once but twice to have an abortion. But it seemed like Warnock kind of seemed to shy away from that during the debate. Why do you think that was?
Well, I think the fact of the matter is, and he brought up something else that I think is, I understand why he focused on that. I mean, Herschel Walker didn't commit a crime by paying for an abortion. Holding a gun to somebody's head, that's a different story. And I think that if you look at the calculation there, I think at the end of the day, that's why I think you saw Warnock focus on that and the various allegations that have been out there about some of Mr. Walker's behavior when it came to women in his life, that's a better focus because those were illegal acts. And I think on the other issue, it becomes it's almost so personal. Let him answer it. Let the media keep asking those questions, and he stays focused on what it is he believes that Mr. Walker did that was illegal.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how all of this comes together and sways voters in the end. And I know you're going to be breaking down the Senate race on Meet the Press as well. So be sure to tune in for Meet the Press airing at 10 right after 11 Alive Weekend Morning News. Chuck, thanks.